My
Wait, what?
my
God.
keyboard sounds quiet through the headphones.
Oh shit, you're streaming?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. Hello, everybody. What's up? Welcome to the podcast.
Adcast.
Yeah,
Podcast.
I'm your usual host, the one, the only,
Riddle.
Riddle. Applause me, Rick.
Applause you.
Yeah. Thank you. And
And
alongside with
I
me.
am the usual co-host, Reek, joined by our other usual co-host.
Shut the. Okay. Anyway. Wow, we got a doozy for you guys today. Honestly, I've been waiting years. No, actually, my whole life to get these guys on my podcast today. It's finally gotten approved. The producers gave the okay.
Mhm.
Their people gave the okay.
Yeah,
You
we
know, we
made,
gave a bunch of reach around, handshake, hand arounds. You know,
Oh yeah.
give it up for
Gave
the
'em-
two hosts of the Neon Podcast. We got Neron and Kemp.
Hey, woo! Thanks for having me, dude.
Yeah, thanks
Appreciate-
for having us.
Yeah.
Woo!
Hopefully that $500,000 contract is worth it.
We can talk about the contract details later, but thanks for having us, man. Appreciate you inviting us over to your podcast.
No worries, of course. You know, it's just you guys are just such a hot commodity. It's so hard to book you guys. You know,
Mhm.
it's kind of
Like
kinda crazy.
even for Booker T, man, it's pretty hard.
Yeah, usually on Wednesdays we're like really busy at this time. I don't know why.
They
Yeah,
don't call it hump day for a reason.
right, exactly. Rick's got an idea, dude. See, this is why
Yeah.
he's the co-host, dude. He's
Yeah.
good.
Cause they're busy humping shit.
Yeah,
I will not agree or disagree.
no comment on that one, but okay.
Speaking of humping, right?
Okay.
What is the segue? Your Linus Tech Tips?
Yeah. Speaking of hump days. So before the podcast, I was kind of curious. What did your guys' Wednesdays used to look like? You know, what was life like before the podcast for the two of you?
Go ahead, Kemp. You first, man.
The podcast. I mean, the life before our
You
podcast.
deflected such a hard question to come
Yeah,
first.
I don't know. I feel like I was just like out on the streets.
Oh shoot.
Yeah,
Kemp?
and it's like now it's like cold now, so I had to like go inside somewhere. Thanks for bringing me inside, guys.
No problem. What about you, Neron? What was life like before the podcast, the Neron podcast?
What do you mean?
You mean like on
You're on a
Wednesday?
podcast.
On Wednesdays, dude. Wednesdays, I was probably trying to hump something. Hump day.
Oh, shit.
Like no comment onto what Rick said earlier, but it's probably trying to hump something.
You gotta hump the bump, dude.
I mean, I don't know what your bump is, but we every person tries to hump their own bump, so
Wise words from the Chili Peppers.
exactly. So, yeah.
You know, actually, I was wondering. I'm sure you've talked about this before in your podcast, but there's a lot of people who probably still haven't heard the story. Like I know myself, I don't know the true origin story of the Neon podcast. Like, how did it come to fruition, and also how did you know that you would have Kemp as your co-host? I'm kind of curious as to how that started as well.
Well, originally it was the trio of me, Kemp, and our buddy Mark, who's not in the country right now, and we actually had our own podcast called the Baby Cakes Podcast, and that's what we called ourselves back in the day. But Mark got busy with school, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna build my own gaming, streaming, recording PC, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start up my own podcast, and since Kemp was always there, I was like, you know, Kemp's gonna be my regular, so yeah. I don't
Damn,
know.
you're like Conan O'Brien and that Andy Richter right there. A classic duo,
True.
So
but
Kim, you kind of
better.
just went along with it.
Pretty much, kind of. Yeah. I mean, I was there. I mean, in like the middle of it, I was like, I wasn't there for like part of it, but I was there in the beginning
Okay.
to support my boy Neon here.
So what was there ever a point where you were like come on, you be real. Was there ever a point where you're like, man, like I don't want to do this. Like you do your own thing, Neon. I'm gonna check out for a while, are you just kind of there? Like you be honest, right? You be honest. It's my
No, it's
podcast right
kind of
now.
no, I've never felt that way because I like never like kind of the kind of guy like take the lead in like these kinds of sorts of things.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to like be the support.
No, I love that you guys have like such a. I honestly think you're dynamic, the two of you. It's pretty beautiful. It's very fluid.
Can you say you're the M?
Uh, I will not agree or disagree.
Yeah. Sometimes he just likes to play that role. You know, there are days where I'm in constant fear of him leaving me as my co-host and my mod. He's like, one day he's gonna just straight up and dip. You know, because this guy is so talented and just raw skill. So
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
Yes, yeah.
and his good
Sometimes
looks. Oh God, don't get me started on his good looks. But
yeah,
Yeah.
someone has to like put Nero in his place sometimes. You know, I won't
how
like
do you
I won't like
go on?
yeah I won't like take over for him, but it's like you know I gotta call him out sometimes. Make sure he's on the right path.
Keep him in
So
check.
question. Oh yeah, Rick.
That is all.
Thanks. Thank you. Love you.
Yeah.
Question. So how would you, if you guys had to summarize your relationship, like your friendship, right? In I guess random arbitrary number, 3 words, right? Um, how would you guys describe your friendship? And why do you think? I'm assuming you guys have been friends for a long time. How long exactly?
High school
yeah,
freshman.
so freshman year. So I guess what year is that?
2009,
2009.
2010, yeah.
Yeah, so about maybe about 11 years now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
So so like describe your friendship in 3 words, and I guess tell me why you think this friendship and this dynamic has been able to hold so be so strong for so long, for 11 years.
You want to go first, Kemp?
You can go first. I'm thinking about it.
Let's see, our dynamic in 3 words. No, that's a good one. I'd say okay, stable. As the first one, stable, reliable.
Oh, I thought it was like a 3-word phrase. I thought that's what he meant.
Not
No,
3
3
individual
words.
words. So, all right, okay, no, yeah, stable, reliable, and introverted. I would say would be the three to explain the dynamic of our friendship. So, yeah. What about
Yeah,
you, Kemp?
boy.
Yeah, boy.
Um, the first word definitely is needy. Needy. Ever changing, and it's what was the last word? Maybe I guess kind of I guess it's similar to outgoing, but not totally outgoing.
Okay.
But yeah, it's the two main words are ever changing and needy. Because I felt like I've always watched Neron grow. He used to be a very very outgoing person, but then he became jaded, and then but I've seen him change these past 11 years, and it's kind of cool.
Then he evolved into a grumpy old man.
Yeah, kind of did.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so do you think? I mean, I feel like the words you guys kind of used are pretty different. Do you think that just? I mean, I mean, I think in a way it makes sense too, because even the words that you guys use, it kind of like if you pair them up together, it seems like just a good solid partnership. It sounds like I don't know, you guys just have a solid dynamic, and it makes it so that it's
Huh?
just really easy for you
Hmm.
to work with each other, right?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, because when you said I was like needy, right? Like sometimes I'm still needy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just not as openly needy as I was before.
Yeah, don't mind it, Aaron. Your neediness is one of my favorite traits of you.
Thanks,
Oh,
man.
that's
Thanks.
see, and that's like the bromance that we need, you know. That I think that's like that's a beautiful thing when two friends, especially like I think nowadays it's more prominent with guy friends to be more openly affectionate with the people that they're close to. I think that's like a beautiful thing, right? Like I think you guys have like a friendship for life kind of thing going on, you know. And
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone else who's watching agrees with me, where it's like, you know, seeing the two of you together, it's like I don't think it's really that you know you guys like are a pair, but it's more just like you guys definitely enhance each other in a way.
I'm always ready for you to be near on support.
Yeah, that's why that's
Yeah.
that's when I said like stable and like reliable, right? Like Kemp, although I wouldn't say he's reliable in the sense of like if I want to go out, he's gonna go
Oh.
out, but he's always reliable. It's like, if I message him, he's always gonna reply. He's always gonna be like give me a response of something, and it's always been like that for the most part. So that's why I said like if anyone's been like my rock to hold me down and keep me down to earth, it's Kemp. So yeah.
I don't want to imply anything, and I don't want to get anyone's like hopes up and dash them down. But like, it sounded like you guys are gonna. It's like to the point where you guys are gonna be each other's best men. You know, like is it like that? Like for real? Like,
I mean,
I wouldn't doubt it. For my side, at least.
okay. It's like for me, I was like, dude, I have like 3 potential people to be my best man if I ever, but like they're definitely gonna be in the my what's the word, groomsmen for sure.
yeah.
For sure.
Hey
Yeah.
man, even being in that like thing, I feel like for a guy that's like an honor, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like me and Rick have a pretty interesting dynamic as well, right? Co-host.
There, we say something.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, like
He's
how
so
would
sexy when he doesn't know what I'm talking about.
like how would you guys describe your dynamic with each other in 3 words, if you can, if it,
This is-
obviously, because I know your dynamic is so ever changing that maybe 3 words won't be enough, but
This is what our 12th year on the air, Rick, right? This
Hey.
is like our 700th episode.
I think we could describe it in one word. Ready?
Well, okay.
3, 2,
2,
1.
1. Toxic.
Passionate.
Passionate.
Oh.
That's exactly what I said.
Wait.
Hold on.
Did I hear you right?
Passionate. I said passionate.
I mean,
See,
I think those words are just 2 sides of the same coin, but
Yeah.
No, I love Rick. Rick is like very I like that me and him can be very, very, very immature around each other.
yeah, fuck
Like
you,
when
I'm
we're
outta
both being but when we're both like very like when we know the other one's being serious, like we're just like, what's up, bro? Like
Yeah,
because I feel like it's really hard when like some people take it like up the ass. Like some of my coworkers, like I'm not I'm not gonna say anything, but when you grow up and it's so lame just being adult and like mature all the time. I feel like there's a point when you grow up that you realize like you don't have to be so serious all the time. You don't have to act like there's a stick up your butt all the time. And I like that with Rick. I don't have to act so responsible the whole time.
Right.
That's one thing I like
So
about
what
him.
you're telling me is Rick doesn't like. He only sometimes takes it in the ass. Is that what you're telling me?
We're both celibate, actually.
That's what you meant. I meant figuratively, of course.
Yeah, celibate, figuratively celibate.
Oh,
yeah.
I see. I understand.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know, Dean. Anyway, back to the podcast. Let's get back to it, guys. So you guys have been doing the podcast for a while. I'm just random. If you can't answer the question, that's totally fine. I'm sure it's kind of a hard question, but do you both have a favorite podcast episode? And if you do, what was it and why? Each of you
Oh
answer. It could be different.
man,
Man, that's a great
that's
question. right there.
actually a great question. Not I actually haven't even thought about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thunk of that.
I'll be. You know what? I'm gonna go through like the old thumbnails of like who we've had on the podcast.
Me too. I'm gonna look at all at 957 of them.
Kemp, do you have something that stands out in your mind?
I'm not sure if it's my favorite, but definitely one of them that's always stuck out to me was when we had Jimmy on the podcast. I think it was like the first time we had Jimmy. That episode.
Right.
Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite episodes.
That's a good one. I like
Yep.
that one. Let's see. As for me, maybe it's because it's the recency bias. But one of my favorite episodes was probably the one done just a month ago. So the end of September. So what was that? Episode 78 with the Cinnabons, just because it's like there was a lot of people in the chat that night. People were just gifting subs left and right, and it was just a really funny time.
Yeah.
Or is it 83? It's either 83 or 78, one of those. It was just super fun time. And with her, there's always so much energy in the VC. So
Yeah, especially because it was around Christmas time, so everyone had like the giving,
right.
spirit.
Of course.
Can you elaborate on the Jimmy one? I don't think I was actually there. Like, what exactly?
It was one of like the first was it like first 20, 30?
Let me check. Let's see. Jimmy. All right, time to.
I just remember it was really funny because Jimmy is like a really cynical person.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we ask him a question, he's just like he's very straightforward and very like.
Oh, I know.
Oh yeah, it
Yeah.
was like
That's what I love about
the. Let's see. No, that's the episode you weren't on. But the first episode that you and Jimmy were on. Oh, episode 28. It was when we had both Jimmy and Sherry on the podcast.
Sherry's on there too. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really funny. And I really like those podcasts where it's like 2-on-2.
Oh, like right what we're doing right now, right? This is
Yeah,
a beautiful
exactly.
format. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kemp likes, when we bring other people in, another pair, make it spice it up,
Yeah.
Isn't there a term for that? Rick, right? Rick?
He's looking up the term, dude.
He's looking up the tags right now.
Yeah, I think it's swinging.
Yeah, Kemp likes to swing.
That makes sense. I like the dance too.
Yeah,
Like swing dancing, yeah. Me
of
too.
course.
All right. So just speaking of good podcast episodes, now you don't gotta call out anybody, and you could just lie and say like, "No, I loved every episode." But will you just at least admit, was there ever an episode where you were just like, "God damn, can this just be over?"
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to elaborate.
No,
like,
hands
just, like,
down,
how did it
hands
feel?
down.
Like, how did it feel? How often have you felt that? And like, how do you kind of turn that around? Like the both of you. And do you guys kind of like talk to each other and let each other know too in the background? Like, yo, like this is really hard podcast to navigate. Like, how do you guys kind of adapt?
I mean, hold on. Before I elaborate on my yes, Kemp, did you ever have one like that?
No, I don't think I've ever had because I like to listen to people talk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so even if I'm not like even if I'm not like doing the podcast, I'm like listening to another podcast. I usually just like never like stop it because it's boring. Because yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of times where I zone out though.
Yeah. It's definitely happened to me. At least I probably could count it on like on my hand, how many times it's happened. So maybe like 2, 3, maybe 4 if I'm like forgetting one, and like one was so bad that I just forgot. But there were
Yeah.
times where like, I think it was probably some of my the earlier podcasts years ago where I just brought on some guests, whether it was like 2 people or even a single person, and dude, they just like, I would ask them a question, but they wouldn't make it a conversation, dude. They would just end it. I'm just like, well, now I have to segue into another question.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
like,
no,
I feel like,
totally
I feel like I'm talking to myself here. So I mean, like Kemp would be there, and I try to ask Kemp. I was like, Kemp, you wanna answer this, and have your opinion, so that, because I know when Kemp answers, it's not just like a flat answer. Most of the time, especially when I'm implying something, Kemp usually catches my drift. But
Yeah.
when it's a guest, they just like end it. I'm just like, okay, moving on. I'm just like, God, yeah. So
No, I totally understand that. I feel like I feel like it shouldn't be that hard to like come up on a podcast. Like a podcast and a normal conversation honestly shouldn't feel any different, right?
right.
If you have just at least a little bit of social ineptitude, like you should know, like when someone asks you a question, you answer it in a way that'll lead into another topic.
Dude, it's
Mhm.
crazy about like how some people are just incapable of doing such simple stuff like that. It's actually crazy. Like
Go on.
oh my gosh, dude. There's so many people that just whether it be from school or like it's just, people you meet online or something, just
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
especially if you're in like like a podcast situation, like you're kind of expected
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
to
it's
like
like,
flow the conversation, right?
yeah, and like for my podcast, right, when we tried doing webcams at the beginning and we didn't, and or like it was on and off, it wasn't a guarantee whether people have webcams. So especially for people who answered like that and they didn't have their webcam on, I was like, dude, I can't even read like your body language, you know what I mean? So yeah. I think
Yeah.
like another thing was I think the issue was back in the day on the podcast, I would just have like open invite to podcasts, right? I'd be like, oh, you want to be on the podcast? All right, sure, I'll bring you on for like a topic or something, and because I feel like they would relate. Then I realized, even in real life, even though they're my friends, they're my acquaintances, I wouldn't like vibe with them super hard, right? So I can't bounce off them like energy wise. That's why like nowadays I started inviting people who I know I really vibe with, so the conversation and the podcast just naturally flows. So
Well, now you know how we feel about you guys, because me and Rick, like, we knew hands that we've been wanting to get you on here for years, right? So obviously the energy between us going back and forth, right? It's there.
right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why we appreciate you bringing us on your podcast today, man.
Of course, honestly, just to let you know, you actually inspired us. We saw your podcast first, and me and Rick were like, like, let's do it.
Yeah.
They're good.
Nice. Hey, man. Like I always try to be hopefully some sort of inspiration, whether it's good or bad. Maybe I could influence someone, but I'm glad, dude. Thank you. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I have a lot of podcasts in the background usually, and you guys are one of them. You guys in your like
Wow.
700 episodes.
Yeah,
Wow, you're
yeah.
making me blush.
Honestly,
Us.
I feel like it, right, Rick?
Uh-huh. You guys sure know how to get to a boys' hearts.
That's how we get the guests.
Uh, as expected, from the Brown, Conan O'Brien, and Andy Richter. Sorry, not Brown, Browner.
So which one's who in this scenario?
Conan O'Brien's the host, so or
Yeah,
like the main guy.
yeah, it's gotta be Neon, dude.
That's gotta be you, right? And then Andy Richter's gotta be his sidekick.
Yeah.
I don't
Clearly,
really
it's
think
kind
Kemp is Neron's sidekick though. He's
really.
like his no. Like, Kemp acts a lot more like his like partner
Yeah,
in crime than
yeah.
his.
Okay, I
I
mean
like
that's
the
okay. That's pretty much, yeah.
I guess verbiage, right? Same difference. Right?
Small nuances, you
Yeah,
know. They're
yeah,
both supposed to be compliments in my book, but
yeah, yeah. No,
depending
I
on how
agree.
you take it.
Speaking of Conan O'Brien, right? Is
Great
there
segue, by the
a
way.
guest, right? Let's say you could pick any guest in the world at any time, any period, alive or dead, that you could have
Oh,
on your podcast. Who would you guys pick? Both of you guys.
damn. That's a
Oh,
good question right
oh
there.
man,
As expected
alive.
as the host, John.
Mhm.
I mean, Riddle.
Let's see,
Current guest.
alive or dead.
Anybody.
They
Um,
could be both.
Yeah, and it could be a pairing too. Like you guys could pick a separate pairing. Like
Hmm.
you know what I mean? Like
Or it could be
any
like someone that's like near death too.
yeah.
oh my
It could
god.
be
Yeah.
it could be a 2D character.
Yeah, it could be like on the edge of like it's in
It could be a
the
VTuber.
gray area. Oh yeah. It could
Hey,
it could be
oh,
fake too.
I haven't been reading the chat. I'm sorry. I need to be doing that, right? What's up,
Yeah.
Aaron? What's the question? The question to them is if Neron and Kemp could have any guest from any period of time, alive or dead,
Any
they
universe,
pick on their podcast. Yeah, any
fictional or
universe.
real.
Honestly, yeah, fictional too. And if we want to make that a separate answer as well, that's
Hmm.
completely fine
Okay,
with me.
okay.
Or do you want to choose like all four? Uh, so one real person that's alive, one real person that's dead, one fake person that's alive, and one fake person that's dead.
But we
What
gotta put
is
the spoiler tag on the dead one, you know.
That's just a spoiler thing.
like Venn
Yeah.
diagram or what?
So no. So yeah, spoiler tag for Ace from One Piece. Uh, oh whoops.
Oh gosh.
Spoiler tag for Gandalf, or not Gandalf. I fucked it up. For
This one's getting reported for sure.
All right. Okay. Anyway,
Me personally, if I had the chance, I would want to talk to the Trash Taste Boys. That's
Ooh,
3 of them though.
okay.
So
You could
that's
look at him as one entity.
true.
Hmm.
I have them in one camera.
mm,
A
You
fictional though?
like them. That's a good one.
Yeah.
You're a big fan of the trash taste, I assume. Then
Yeah.
you dig them. They're probably are they your most listened to podcast
Most
as of
listen.
recent?
Recently, yeah, but probably not all time.
Oh, not the all time. Okay.
No, probably not all
Because
time.
oh, you didn't choose the all time because they're dead, probably, right?
No, well, I mean, I don't. I used to listen to a lot of Rooster Teeth, and Rooster Teeth has been going on since like when I was in high
Uh,
school. So,
true. And then they got into like debacle.
I mean, yeah, they've always been like super political and stuff. Yeah, I moved to Trash Taste. I wanted to do something a lot more casual.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Very
sometimes I listen to Rooster Teeth on days where like there's like nothing to listen to, honestly.
honestly, I only know Rooster Teeth for the red versus blue, so I didn't really get a. Actually, I remember a lot of their what was their achievement hunters and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's still going
Okay,
on.
that's still going on. Oh my gosh.
That's still going on. Yeah, yeah. Those guys are going strong even still. I don't know. Like Achievement Hunter's been there since like I was in college. That
Yeah,
was
for
like
real.
8 years ago or something like that.
I mean, red versus blue, man. That thing. When was that first come out?
That thing like never fucking dies. We were in like middle school or something, dude.
I mean,
Yeah,
it came.
we were in middle school for sure.
Was it middle school? Was But then when did they first make their stuff though?
Dude, that was like
Early
it was
before
literally
2010?
it was like Halo 2, if not Halo 1.
Yeah,
So
they
I think
started first off on Halo 1 though, right?
yeah, so I mean the release date was at 2006, 7.
Th-
Yeah, that's about right.
Those like machinima days, dude.
Yeah,
Dude, oh
Machinima.
my gosh, Machinima, you guys ever? Okay, wait, I'm getting off track. Sorry.
But yeah, I would talk to the Trash Taste Boys. I don't know about you, Neron.
Let's see, for real person that's alive,
Uh-huh.
who would I
Oh,
want to bring on?
do VTubers count as real people?
No, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna ask
no,
that.
but that
Damn.
if you would want a VTuber, you know, like if
No, I
that's
was
the
like,
person that-
yeah, VTubers are real, dude. VTubers are real. Anime is real life.
Yeah,
If I
Santa too.
what?
Uh, wait, what?
What you say? Did you say Santa? Yeah,
I
of course.
mean,
Santa's
no, I
real,
said
dude.
Tooth Fairy.
Oh, yeah, of course. Okay. If I had to bring someone on, I would want to bring on my favorite VTuber. Oro Crony. The Warden of Time herself. My favorite VTuber currently. So, um,
Yeah,
so
are you gonna praise her as much as she praises herself?
um, at this point, maybe I would build her up just to break her down to see that gap moe.
Break her down.
Oh, shit.
Because
Damn.
and then and then I'll build her up again. So I'll
Some
praise her
S
again.
kind of shit.
But yeah, that would probably be the person. I really enjoy. She seems really funny and like really cultured and stuff. So I feel like a conversation, we would just vibe really well if I ever had her on the podcast. So
Very great personalities.
True.
yeah. And then one person dead,
Yeah,
real life.
be like Hitler or
Um,
something.
Oh, who do I want to talk to that's dead?
I for me, I think if I could bring anyone on, I think I would have to bring on Kobe. Kobe would probably be one of my, like,
Ooh.
unfortunately,
Damn, why you
rest
gotta
rest in
remind me of
peace,
that,
dude.
dude?
Yeah, I know, rest in
Why
peace,
you
my
gotta
dude.
remind me, dude?
But
Oh,
yeah,
man.
Kobe would probably be my. He was the first name that came into my head. I'm just like, yeah, dude. I think Kobe would
Damn,
probably be.
I shouldn't have made this category. It hurts.
Yeah, I know. Like, what do you think I was gonna say? Like, fucking the fifth
Oh
czar of
no,
Russia or some
George
shit?
Washington.
George Washington.
George, I don't
Yeah,
know.
dude, fucking JFK.
Yeah.
Dude, Epstein.
Bro,
The,
solve the mystery, dude.
But yeah, for me, it'd probably be Kobe if I had to give a serious answer.
No, I think those are all good answers. Like,
mhm.
I feel like the good thing about the people that you guys picked, it's like they're all naturally. I actually don't know the group that you mentioned, Kemp, but I overheard that you said they're from a podcast. So
Mhm.
I think it's safe to assume that every person that you guys have mentioned is naturally charismatic or just has a very like in-depth character to where it's just so easy to talk to them and ask questions.
Yeah.
Did that play a part in all, or is it mostly just like like, oh my god, I wish I want to talk to that celebrity? Like, what kind of fueled you guys' answers?
The guys I mentioned, they're like I guess they're like anime YouTubers. So yeah, it's
They're not VTubers. They're YouTubers that talk about anime.
Oh, so
they're
there
YouTubers.
are tubers?
Yes,
They're,
yes.
yeah, they're content creators.
Are they real tubers?
Yeah, real tubers.
Okay.
I watch real tubers too, dude.
I've never heard of such a thing.
Yeah.
I know. It's it feels like they phased out really fast, in like the past 2 years.
Yeah. So, like, we can never really predict the future, right? Like, we don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, right?
I
But
do.
like, how? Okay, everyone except for Rick, right? But like,
Mm-hmm.
how far do you guys see yourselves going with this? Like, is this a thing that you guys are just gonna continuously do until like one day you guys just decide not to do it anymore? Do you have like a day where you know for sure like you're gonna plan not to do it? Or is this something that like might like be on break for a while and then come back? Or like what's kind of like do you guys see like a kind of timeline for the Neon podcast and all and if not, like, I mean, I think regardless it's kind of a beautiful thing because memories are so important. I think being able to look back on episodes and see like the people you talk to in your 20s, like that's like whenever you want, like
Yeah.
that's just be something amazing.
Yeah,
Never
When
work
you're
hard.
older.
it is quite beautiful, just like you guys yourself. This podcast is great, by the way. Thanks for having us again.
No problem.
Well, it's funny enough when you say like memories and stuff. I feel like I remember like the stuff that we meme on the most on the podcast, and like I'll clip it and I'll put it as its own little clip on YouTube and stuff. But it's funny, like I realize this when listening to other people's podcasts. It's like even though we podcast week to week, sometimes like when I'm trying to think of the tags to put on the YouTube video, I go and I post it like a week late. I go, what the hell did we even talk about? Like I already forget what we talked about a few days later if I don't rewatch it right away. Um, but I think for the this terms of longevity of the podcast, I mean, it's as long as we're available. Or I can't speak for Kemp for at least me though, but as long as I'm available and you know, have people to bring on, because at this point, if no one comes on the podcast, it's not a podcast. It's just me talking to a mic and just ranting about stuff. So
It's still a podcast.
I don't know about Kemp. What do you
I,
think, Kemp?
Yeah, I was really surprised when I was like starting to work night shift when I told Aaron I couldn't do podcast for like a
Hmm.
while, and that was like for like 2 years, like almost 2 years, and I was really surprised how Neron kind of kept it going. It wasn't like very consistent like it is now, but yeah, he did it whenever he felt like it, and I was very surprised when he was able to do that. Kind of gave me a lot of hope.
No, honestly, me too. I
Yeah,
think I remember that. I want to say I've been with the podcast or following the podcast since it was on Facebook, and I know it wasn't as consistent as before, but I honestly it's something like I don't think you've ever. I don't know if you've heard any recognition for it, Neuron, but like I feel like you should be proud of yourself for having gotten something like this far, and keeping it so consistent.
Yeah, I remember like before, Kemp went on like that hiatus for work. It's maybe occasionally when I would post a promo and people would be like, dude, episode 16, that's crazy. I'm just like, dude, that was 16 or 26 or something. It had the six in a digit number somewhere in one of the early days. I'm like, yeah, dude. Um, and then um yeah, I wouldn't. And then we just had that big hiatus for like a few months before COVID hit. And then when COVID hit, people were being at home again. People's schedules opened up, and that's when it became more consistent. Like Kemp, I think we were just talking about it like earlier this week. What was our number? We hit 48 out of 52 weeks in the past year or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah. I was surprised we only took like 4 weeks of break.
Yeah, so I mean, this past year's actually been our most consistent. To be completely honest, I don't
That's
know if
awesome.
I don't to be completely honest, I don't know if we'll ever hit that marker again because sometimes like I'm low key thinking about it. I'm like I might want to take a few breaks from the podcast for Wednesdays or something, just in case. But I don't know. We'll see. It's really up to Kemp and if I can bring people back onto the podcast. So like I said, yeah. But thanks you by the way. Yeah, thank you.
No, no. I really think, at least for me personally, I think the biggest value that a podcast brings, and even if it's something small, like uh, I think everyone who's watching or like and they can hear like something funny or something, or like the people who are on it and they can look back on their episodes, and like you guys like I honestly think like I've learned the importance of pictures and video, and I think like in 10-20 years like these podcast episodes are going to be like a significant like value, right? Like sentimental value. Like
Yeah,
I
definitely.
honestly can say that we're going to look back in 10-15 years on these episodes and be like, dang, I remember when we did this.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, definitely sentimental value. Yeah, when I look back and I was like, damn, I said that.
Yeah, dude. 10 years from now, we're gonna get canceled for something that we've said.
Yeah, Neon, delete the bots.
delete the pods. Keep it hidden. Um, yeah, but I guess it could be sentimental. You could say that because even looking back at some of the episodes from just 2 years ago, and you'd be like, dude, so much has changed. So much has changed.
if
So
you could do if you guys could do one thing different about these podcasts that'll make it like that you think will make it better, right? Like you're on your podcast, like whether I don't know, some examples, do it in person or like if it could be recorded on a stage. Like money's not an option, right? Like the world is your oyster. If you guys can do something different with your podcast that you think would make it way better, what would you guys choose?
Kemp, you first.
In the beginning, we did a lot of like topic focused podcasts. And then Neron suggested that we should do like a lot more like free talk podcasts.
Hmm.
I kind of wish we did that earlier. It, yeah, it's more fun when the conversation like spontaneously like segues to something else.
Yeah.
That's something that comes into my mind.
Let's see. But if I could,
Any like roll your oyster, money's not an issue. I love that answer, Ken.
De Niro wants that OP production value, dude.
No, like
Yeah.
legit, dude. Like, I would want the OP production value. Honestly, having the production value is like you can see my whole reaction. I'm like, you know, if I have Kemp sitting right next to me, or you know, people sitting across the table from me, and I can talk to them into like, you know, a mic, and people can see that, you know, dude. Like, you understand when I'm getting heated over some stuff, especially like some of the dumbest things, I'm gonna be like smacking the table, my body, like I'm gonna be all over the place. I'm gonna be jumping out of my seat. But it would be that. It would be able to have my own like little studio. So
You want,
Maybe
like,
maybe
like
that's
this
that's a podcast idea for you guys. You know, maybe for like a big number, like the big 100, do like a in-person podcast with like some, I don't know, somebody. You know, just and then look back on like all the like the previous episodes. You know, just do like, you know, you could. I would like. I think that would be pretty cool to see if you
That'd
guys
be
did like
cool.
a in-person one.
no, I think I think it would be totally doable. Honestly, if we ding ding ding, I think for me, honestly, if we could, I would just buy a few, you know, budget mics, and hopefully put up the settings that where they don't echo, and then just have them all set up in a room, and then you'd all just I would invite some people over and just have a setup. So like it would be doable now, even if I just had like maybe say a couple $100 more for a setup, and that's about it. But you know, I wouldn't say it's too far away, but definitely doable.
All right, yeah, I'll bring the tables to your house. Let's do it.
I don't have room. I don't have room. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it'll be fun. Just I have people just do like, imagine like now I'm wondering where that ding came from Rick, dude. Like if we were in person, Rick, I would know exactly where that ding came from. Probably his phone. So
It sounded like a piano.
Oh, it was a piano. Yeah, let's. What was it that you purchased today, Rick? You
Hey, you want to show the audience?
What?
This fucker.
Sorry.
this is right. I forgot. This is a segment on your podcast, right? Where Rick sometimes goes into song.
Yeah. Take it away, Rick. Do 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 do.
I like how he goes quiet.
Thank you. And that leads us to our next segue. All right, Camp Neron, we are going to hit you with some community-given
Property.
questions. Lightning fast. You got to answer these questions provided by the community in 20 seconds or less. You get 20 seconds to think about this. All right, to think of your answer. All right, are you guys ready?
Wait.
Yeah.
Are we going at the same time or
you guys ready? You get 20 seconds to give me an answer. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Okay.
All right. Okay. And the community has asked us to ask the Neon Podcast, ding, boobs or butt?
But
Thighs?
no, that's not an answer. That's not an answer, dude.
All right,
But
thighs.
Wait, hold on. Wait, you guys are answering it too fast. And people are not happy.
oh no.
I'm giving you guys 20 seconds. 20 seconds!
Yeah, dude. I think butt, dude. I think, you know, they're nice and round. You sit on it.
Yeah, the butt is closer to the thighs than the boobs, so the butt.
Thank you. Damn, and that is all the Q&A questions we got for today. Thank you. Shout out to the community
Thanks,
for
community.
Thanks,
the
community.
podcast. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my god, I fucking love you, Rick. This is why you're my co-host. You're fucking amazing. Anyway.
Smoke weed every day.
The live studio audience, you know. I know you guys like you do your podcast a little bit more private, but like we want to do, you know, we're a little more what's the word I'm looking for? A little more relaxed when it comes to COVID right now. I'm just kidding. That's still we're a little more relaxed when it comes to performing for the people. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, shout out to your audience, man. Appreciate y'all for coming out and supporting this episode, dude.
Yeah, I love the audience. Feels like it's been forever, you know, since I've seen an audience.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Fuck
honestly.
COVID.
Okay, we make sure they're all 2 meters apart and all wearing masks and divided with plexiglass.
Plexiglass. Yeah, that's the important one.
Mm.
We're not only do they have to wear like the face mask. I don't know if you saw Rick what he's wearing. Like we make him wear a face mask too. Like in the like the one he's wearing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's got a
Right.
GIMP mask.
Yeah, the hair clip is part of it too, right?
Uh-huh.
Of course, the hair clip
Yeah.
plus 5 to COVID protection,
Yeah,
dude.
no one
Yeah.
cared who I was until I put on the GIMP mask.
Okay. Anyway. So like I know the usual dynamic.
Shut up.
Okay. I know that the usual dynamic is that like Neuron's the one who kind of takes the lead and Kemp you kind of like support, right? Have you guys ever like thought about maybe like a couple episodes or like an episode randomly where Kemp's taking the lead? Like,
Yeah, like
you know,
reverse
has that ever happened?
Dude, I tell him like so many times, like, Kemp, you want to take this episode? He goes, no.
No,
Like,
no.
Sometimes
I give him the
put Kemp
option
on
to.
top.
I don't like being on the spotlight, but I
Well-
definitely like I like being like, you know, those guys in backstage like during like a stage play.
You like being the mastermind in the shadows,
Yeah,
controlling the puppets,
yeah, it sounds cooler that way.
all discreet.
But I guess I'm not in the shadows here.
Hmm
Mhm.
So let's say you're in an anime. Would you still choose not to be the protagonist?
Yeah, I don't want to be the protagonist.
What if you're like in Death Note, you're the protagonist but no one knows, right?
What?
Because Light is
Light wasn't the protagonist though.
what? Yeah, he was.
Oh no.
Are you kidding me?
We're about to get spoiled.
Spoiler tag.
He was the
Mute the
protagonist
podcast.
until he died.
Mute the podcast.
No.
Damn it.
God damn it.
Oh shit. Wait.
Oh my god, it's so loud.
Stop.
Your
Wait, what are you
audience
doing?
is quite loud. Oh no.
All right, hold on.
No, that's a red card right there, dude. You're about to get ejected off your own show.
It's okay. Something like this happens every episode. You should have saw the episode Martin Luther King, right? Like Rick and Martin Jr. Like they got pretty heated. You know, but like, you know, it's all good. Like, you know, we took a picture after. You know, we got ice cream. It was all good. Us and Martin MLK Jr. Like we're cool. We're cool.
Dude, I
But
would have loved to get ice cream with MLK, dude.
yeah, yeah. You know.
Yeah, I would have asked him what his favorite milk tea flavor was, you know?
You know, I wish I did.
I don't think they have.
What?
I wish I did, but unfortunately I wasn't able to. God damn.
Able to what?
John, are you crying?
Are you okay,
Okay.
dude? Is it?
I'm sorry. I just think like, you know, we had MLK and then he passed away the next year, dude. It wasn't, you know. We were close. You know, we were close like that.
Shout out to MLK.
Shout out to MLK,
Shit.
dude.
Shout out to MLK for sure.
Mhm. Amen, brother.
It's okay, man.
So-
Yeah, we're here for you, man. We're here for you.
Thank you. So just curious, because I know you said like it was kind of like you made.
Thank you for
like,
the sub,
when I
Doha.
asked you about the origin, and you were just like, oh, it's you and like Kemp and another friend, and you guys just did it. Like, was there any inspiration from any external factors at all, or was it kind of just like a really impromptu thing?
So sorry. Say that one more time.
So, was the like you gave us like the origin of the podcast saying like,
Right.
it was you, Kemp, and another friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, was that podcast like an impromptu thing, or were you guys inspired from like an external thing?
I think for the initial one, the Baby Cakes podcast before I streamed on Twitch was definitely more impromptu. I think we were just talking. We were like, we could do a podcast. I'm like, and we didn't have any. I didn't have any particular inspiration. At least I don't think so at the time. And then it was legit within like 24 hours. I'm like, Mark, you stream. He makes some graphics real quick because he does art and like graphic design. And it was like, just make up something and then we'll go live with the podcast tomorrow. And he was like, yeah, sure. And then Kemp was like, you down? And I was like, yeah, we're down. So then it was definitely more impromptu more than anything else because we were like, yeah, we just talk shit all the time on Discord anyways.
So run me through the first episode of the Baby Case podcast. Give me a play-by-play. Tell me what happened. I know it's been a long time, right? And one important piece isn't here, but like let's go back to that day, right? Close your guys' eyes, like just bring me back as someone who didn't get to experience, who didn't get to see the Baby Cakes episode 1 podcast. What went down? Like, tell me how it felt.
Oh man, Kemp, do you remember?
Give me all the details.
Was that actually the Baby Cakes podcast, or was it always the Neon podcast?
No, it was the Baby Cakes. Baby Cakes came first. Mark left, and then I graduated, and then the Neon podcast started.
I remember the first episode. Was that the one with Aaron or no?
For Neon podcast, yeah,
The
it
Neon
was.
episode, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I remember that one.
You don't remember the Baby Cakes one?
I don't remember the one where it's me, and Mark.
Okay. Okay, so I guess Kemp doesn't remember. So I guess from my perspective, the original Baby Cakes podcast was legit. I think we were playing League one day. We were playing something. I think it was either League or Minecraft. We were just like talking it out and just stuff. We were just tired guys. It was in my second year of college, or our second year of college, because it was
Oh, that was a while ago, dude.
yeah. So like 2014? No, 2014, 15, 14. Yeah, between 2014 and 15, that school year. We were just talking out, and I was like, dude, do you want a podcast? You want to try podcasting? You're like, just the three of us? You want? And I told Mark, I was like, hey, you want to do this? And then we were legit talking about like what we could do is for like segments, if we wanted to do a segment, if we want to do questions, if you want to do other things. And we were just like, dude, this sounds like a great idea. Like, and then legit within 24 hours, we had like the quickest turnaround, because we didn't have much, because just like such a bare bones idea of us just going, let's just start it up and then see how it goes. And then back in the day, Mark would stream it. Was it even on Twitch? Or I don't even remember what platform he streamed it on. No, it was on Was it Facebook? Was it Facebook? YouTube? I don't even remember what platform we streamed on.
It was definitely not YouTube.
Definitely not YouTube. I don't think it was. I think it was on Facebook, to be honest. And then he recorded it, and then he posted it on his channel, on his YouTube channel. And you were like, dude, that was so fun. Let's keep doing it. And then, after we were all done with class, you would just talk about more stuff we could talk about. And then, at that point, it was just history.
So how did you guys feel right before the first episode, the very, very first episode? Was there any nerves at all, or you guys didn't care?
I was a little bit nervous, to be honest. I'm just like, dude, I think that would be one of the earliest times I would record myself on the internet that wasn't like an in-person like performance or anything. But obviously I would get a little nervous for even in-person performances. But for me, I was just like, dude, I want to see if anyone stops by and talks to us. because it was still a live show podcast. I don't know about Kemp.
Yeah, I think it's more like an excuse to like talk with the boys, listen to them.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't usually get nervous for these kind of things anymore. I when I get nervous, it's probably like after it's over.
What? That's so interesting. I think I mentioned this the other time. I don't I don't really know you as well, Kemp, right? I'd like to, but I've always gotten this feeling that you're probably one of the most introverted people I've ever met in my life, and I'm introverted, right? I feel like I stand next to you and I'm just like, geez, like Kemp is introverted. Like, would you say that's the like how introverted would you say you are? And I'm curious, like someone who's introverted, like as introverted as I think you are, like you you can navigate like social like experiences very very well. Like you hide it pretty well.
Yeah, I think I'm introverted, but more than that, I think I just like to keep everything private.
Mm.
So I don't like to share too many things. But I still understand like like social cues and like how to like navigate a conversation, stuff like that. Just
Okay.
Yeah,
enough,
unlike
just
some
just enough
people.
to just enough to help Neuron get through the podcast. He doesn't need it most of the time though.
It's fucking cute. All right. Oh my god, guess what time it is? We got another community question. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah.
Yeah, I love your community, dude.
Yeah. Oh my god, thank you so much to the audience. This one comes from Aaron. His question is, would you rather have the ability to time travel or teleport? You have to choose one. However, to use the time traveling ability, one person in your family will die at random. If you want to teleport, one of your friends will die at random. God damn, this question is fucked. All right, you got 20 seconds. Woo! Go!
This is messed up.
I mean, even if you pick one, you don't have to use a power.
Someone's gonna die. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, pick one. Which one?
I'll probably time travel.
Okay, I'd probably pick teleport.
Yeah, I mean, if someone's gonna die, I mean, like, I don't really think.
No,
like,
if you time travel, can you prevent them from dying?
No, I feel like it would be like you time travel and then they die in your timeline.
yeah, if
Yeah,
we
it's
like,
not like Tokyo Avengers.
yeah, if we like go back to the present or something, like we find out
Yeah.
that they die somehow.
Yeah, I love it when that one guy dies in that show.
God damn it.
Oh wait, oops.
Also, not have to use it.
Yeah, I pick teleport and just not use it unless it's an emergency.
Yeah, I like to have the option to time travel, even though, yeah, I might not use it. Not a lot of things I would change though. Probably stuff I would like re-experience.
I don't know though. Like, what's the definition of family, dude? Because Fast and Furious, dude. Everyone's family, you know.
If you're David Toretto's family, you're everyone's family, dude.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
I guess it's just people you share blood with.
The standard
Yeah.
genetic family.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you gotta make sure you're the same blood type before you share.
I don't know. Do I have more friends or do I have more family? Which one could I have more of?
Yeah, imagine like you use your ability to the point where you have none of it anymore and you can't use it anymore. You're like, I want to teleport to Paris. And you're like, why isn't it working? It's like, you had no friends, idiot. That sucks.
Shit.
Damn, that sucks. And then it's like, will you be my friends?
Yeah.
You teleport right away, dude.
No, but it's that's true. If you only have one friend, is it really at random?
I guess
Yeah, there you go,
not.
dude. You're gonna find out the hard way.
So just break all your friendships, make a new friend on the street, and then teleport, and like you didn't care about that guy's life.
That's
Imagine teleporting and you lose your podcast partner.
Oh no, dude. What's the
At least I found out that I was Neron's friend.
Oh damn, my Nakama, bro. That's my Nakama.
Damn.
What about you, John Rick? What would you choose?
Between those two,
Yeah.
Rick goes first because
Now, what was the question?
All right. If time travel or teleport. If you time travel, someone in your family dies at random. If you teleport, one of your friends die at random.
Hmm. Hmm. What's a friend?
I guess we know what he's picking.
Yeah, it's like one of those like varies from person to person, you know, like that saying where it's like blood is thicker than water. It's like it doesn't apply to everyone.
If you give a blood transfusion to everyone, would they become your family?
What the fuck?
No.
I don't think your family all shares like the same blood type as you either.
Hmm. Can I
I think
pick
I'd pick
both?
time travel.
You want both?
Like,
He wants to
I'd rather
on a
lose them all
rampage.
than,
This guy
right?
trying to kill everyone he knows.
I mean, come on. It's better to just like lose them all instead of picking one. Right?
That's true. I mean, if you look at sunk cost fallacy, sure. There's a certain point where you're just like, fuck it, let's do it live.
So
So
teleport back to the past, future.
It's like you're trying to replay a game of a plague, but then
You know what I would do? I would choose time travel, right?
Mhm.
And wait until the end of my life to use it to teleport to as far into the future as I can so that I know, at least as far as I know, human history as a whole. Because by that point, everyone's dead.
that's definitely one way to use it.
I guess, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like not so far where like everyone's dead, but just far enough to where like I feel like I'm significantly into the future, where like there's some kind of intelligent species that I can communicate with and be like, I lived on Earth this time. Like, what's happened since? Because I'm dying in like the next like 5 minutes, and I gotta know.
I
You
don't
know,
think
like,
So,
I don't
no,
you know
but
what I mean?
I know.
explain
But
in 5
you're time
minutes.
traveling, but then that means someone in your family would still die at that moment.
Yeah, but they're all dead.
For you,
For
in
the
your
people
case,
like I
for
mean
your
I'm sure
case.
there's someone in my family like connected to my blood somehow, like thousands upon millions, you know what I mean, years of sure, right? Like they'll die. But whatever. It's for
Okay,
me. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's like, you get me? That's how I would use it at least.
That's fair.
sure, okay.
And if I travel in the future and find out like we never left Earth and blah 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 and we all just went extinct, then I still learned something and no one had to die.
Damn, I see. He wants to know the limit, dude. He's literally limit testing. He's literally limit testing humanity.
See if we
You
actually
know me.
find some aliens that beat us up or something.
Yeah. Well, we're an hour and in. I think usually you guys go probably like an hour 30 or 2 hours in. But I'm gonna be honest. I'm all out of questions, but I want to say this was actually a really good podcast. Rick, do you have any questions to give to the Neon podcast before we go to our after podcast? Holy crap, we got another question actually from the community. Thank you so much. Woo! Thank the community. All right, next question would be: would you want to eradicate cancer or COVID?
Answer.
I think cancer.
Yeah, we're almost done with COVID.
Yeah,
I-
people were
Oh,
smarter.
so we think.
People were smarter. We'd be done with COVID, but yeah, I mean, there's no cure to cancer yet, right?
Well, there is technically, but you know, it's not a cure. It's more
Yeah.
like kill everything around it so it doesn't grow.
Yeah, it's like a deterrent. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably pick cancer. I think at this point, COVID has
That's true. That's true, Jujubee. There is no cure to stupidity.
yeah, I'd probably think cancer just because it's probably affected more people, and you know, I feel like you can get around COVID. You honestly can get around COVID. Cancer, sometimes people get cancer and like they just, you know, so you don't know where you got it from. It just sort of just happens.
Yeah, to like the younger generation, COVID is like it's kind of like a slap on the wrist, you know.
Yeah,
But
cancer, it's always there.
yeah, I mean, it's super dangerous to like the older people or like people with like messed up respiratory systems. But
Yeah, dude, like think about it. Like there's lung cancer, brain cancer, pancreatic. There's a lot of breast cancer. There's so many different kinds of cancer. I would rather take out cancer.
Same here, guys. All right. Well, I think those are all the community questions. Rick, do you have any questions for our guest?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, you have a question? Okay.
yeah,
We're ready, dude. We're ready. Is it a lightning round question or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. You're making me nervous, dude.
Yeah, dude, the tension is palpable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is the Foot Locker in the case United States v. Chadwick more like a car because it's mobile, or more immobile and not a car?
Is this a court
Thank
case?
Gomenasai, sumimasen, nani? Can you type it out, maybe?
Beautiful, beautiful question.
Beautiful.
Riddle, do I have to answer this?
I remember when MLK answered that question. I was brought to tears.
Oh my god.
I was brought to tears because he answered that. So how are you gonna? Actually, no. I believe in you guys. I know you guys can answer this question.
It's more of a car, Rick.
Yeah. Yeah, when you're on side.
Wow.
Yes.
Genius.
Yeah, genius.
Absolutely wonderful. Wow, we are blessed to be in the presence of such intelligent, handsome, beautiful
It's better.
people. Yes.
You're giving us a lot of credit, but we'll
Be
take
better.
Oh,
Be better.
Just like
wow.
Just get
Amy and Brian Company.
yeah,
Yes.
dude. Just in the words of Oro Crony, just get better. Just get good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Get good.
Yes. Yes. All right. Well, this is probably one of the shorter podcast episodes, but I want to say that this is probably still one of the most interesting ones.
Yeah.
I got one last question before we close it out. I guess just so our viewers can get to know you guys better. Can you guys just give us like three quick facts that you think that the standard viewer would not know about you guys? Like, you know, like, yeah, they watch your podcast, yeah, they follow and hear you guys talk, but like I feel like they don't really get a chance to get to know you on certain things. Right? So like what are some facts that you can give to like the viewers that are like, you know, they might not be able to know, or they won't be able to tell through like just the podcast?
Let's see, 3 facts. Kemp, you want to go first or me?
I have one.
All right, go ahead. We'll alternate.
I play a lot of card games, like TCGs. So let's play some TCGs. Chat.
Nice. For me, I would say people don't know about this, but I actually I guess when I first started streaming, I actually lost like 35 pounds, and yeah, I lost a lot of weight after college, so I think I look different from old photos compared to now. So, go Kemp.
Um, um, I'm
you,
a
you good?
back, but
Is it an opinion?
I'm a bag. Chat, we should go to Disneyland and just go on a food trip because these rides are whatever Rick was trying to say.
Okay. Second fact about me that people might not know about. I think anyone that isn't RN in the chat, I'm 5'9".
Okay.
I'm 5'9", I guess. You know, people
You're
usually don't.
9'5".
Dude, you know, unlike the bulking behemoth that is Tyler 1 standing at 6'4", you know, I'm only 5'9". What?
Yeah,
6'5"?
6'5".
6'5", sorry.
Get it right.
I'm sorry. And it sucks because even though when I met him, right, he had to kneel down and
Mm-hmm.
okay, look, okay, fine. I guess that doesn't count. If we're looking at chat, people know that I'm 5'9". Okay, okay, another fact. In high school, I could run a
How many minute mile?
5:45 mile.
Wait, that was pretty good. What the heck?
Yeah.
really
That's
good.
pretty
Actually.
good, actually.
Yeah, that was the most fastest
In
I
high
would.
school? Wait, did
yeah.
you say high school?
Yeah, high school, freshman year.
You
I was
didn't do
like,
cross country?
I actually okay. So in to expand on that fact, I actually did get invited to run cross country and join the track and field team
Distance track?
afterward. Yeah. Because you know they were in different seasons, so it's like, you know, the cross country team and the track team would be in the same team mostly. But I did get invited after or towards the end of my freshman year to be part of the team, and I would have been like, dude, I would have been a high school athlete. That would have been crazy. But
Dude, I would have raced against you.
oh really?
Yeah.
Oh,
You were in
crazy.
cross country?
You in cross country?
Yeah, I was in XC
Wow.
and long distance.
Nice. But yeah, yeah, but because nice, good note, dude.
Wait, how do you guys hear that? What the?
Dude, I don't know, dude. You're inputting it into your PC. But yeah, I got invited to join during the end of the school year.
Damn, you got scouted?
No, because my PE teacher who made us run miles all the time, that's why I got really good at running, was the same was a track and field and cross country coach too.
Okay.
So that's why he directly approached me and my friends who ran really well.
So they scouted you.
Yeah. I mean, like, he trained us and then he scouted us, so I guess. But you know, during that summer, during the training camp and like conditioning season, my parents couldn't take me to training camp, so then I couldn't join the team, and I told the coaches I had to drop. So
Oh.
yeah.
Unlucky.
But yeah, dude, that now I realize, like, dude, 5:45 is a fast ass mile, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty good for
Holy.
like. I mean, like, you wouldn't expect that from just like plain old PE kids, right?
Yeah, and I was like, how tall was I back then? Freshman year, I was like 5'2", 5'3" ish.
Really?
under-
I was
really?
I was pretty short.
No,
I because like my growth
your
spurt
freshman year.
freshman, yeah, because I'd still grow, right? I was like
Yeah.
5'2", 5'3". I weighed at like 140, 150, so I was really slim. I was super slim.
Dang.
So yeah, I was like, so running was actually in my wheelhouse at the time. So yeah, that's my second fact. All right, Kemp, go ahead.
A big regret I have is I used to take Taekwondo in middle school.
Damn, even I didn't know this.
Damn.
And I kind of wish I continued. I only took it for like a few months.
Oh, yeah.
I've always
It's pretty fun.
yeah. You took Taekwondo too?
Damn, dude,
Nah,
Taekwondo,
just kidding,
cross
no.
country.
Nah,
Rick
dude.
is a man
I
of
went
many
karate
talents.
because I'm Japanese.
Oh,
Ah.
of course.
Yeah.
My third fact that not people probably know about me. Why do you keep doing that? Is there a wrong answer to my facts? Am I running out of time?
How loud is it to you guys?
It's just as loud as you are.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
pretty loud.
It's
'Cause
very
it's
noticeable.
very
It's
quiet to me.
very noticeable. Let's see. I think if I had to one fact,
Maybe if I.
oh, one fact. I want, if there's 2 trips, okay, so if there's 3 trips I want to make in my life, it's go to Japan. Okay, Rick.
Is that quieter?
Barely.
Yeah, it was a low note. That
Here's a
was
low
that's-
note. That's why.
yeah.
I want to go to Japan. I want to road trip to Vancouver, and I want to celebrate in Vegas. I've yet to celebrate in Vegas as an adult. So those are the 3 main trips I want to do right now. So yeah, those are my 3 facts.
Which one? Japan or Vegas? Which first?
Oh, if I had a option, Japan.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'd be ejected.
You'd be what?
Ejected.
Oh, ejected. Go ahead and play a note.
Oh, I made it really quiet. You can't even hear it.
Yeah, we can. I'll take it.
How about now?
We can hear
That
that.
was super low. Yeah.
It's really quiet though, right?
It's like
Yeah.
half the. We can still hear it pretty clearly.
Okay, I set the percentage to 15%.
Alright.
Okay.
All right.
All right, host John, go ahead. I mean Riddle, go ahead.
So yeah. Thanks for sharing those 3 facts. I think seems like even you guys learned about each other today. I learned some things I didn't know about you guys, so that's pretty cool. But
Learned
I
a
want to
lot.
say that's a wrap, right?
That's a wrap.
Thank you for coming onto our podcast. Really appreciate it. Any closing statements, Rick?
Yeah.
That's a statement, dude. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, he does this every fucking time. Sorry, I didn't mean to curse, but like when
Yo.
Rick, hold on. When Rick was like, that touched my heart.
Mm-hmm.
That touched my heart. That was crazy. He does this every time, and I'm about to be in tears in front of y'all. Like I'm about to embarrass myself. I'm about to cry because I just feel it's amazing.
Thank you guys. You don't have to. Oh, it's. Oh, I'm not, guys.
Wow.
Guys,
Wow.
come on.
Oh my god. All right, Neron, Kemp, any shout outs? Any when you want to, any last messages before we close out?
Hoshimachi Suisei VTuber. Her concert is tonight.
Who's?
Suisei.
Oh,
Yeah.
Her concert is tonight.
wasn't it
I-
like 3 in the morning?
I think it's like 2 in the morning. Unfortunately, gonna be staying up. If you guys want to watch.
Are you
No, that's
serious?
so cute though. No, I love that. Like, I feel like if you don't have things like that to be excited about, then like life is just hard to live.
Yeah,
No.
But
go watch.
that's
so cute.
dedication. What the
Yeah,
heck?
dude. I
Yeah,
paid
yeah.
for that concert ticket. I'm down to stream on Discord at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
What?
I agree with John.
Wait, you paid
Riddle
for the
though.
concert ticket?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like this like virtual viewing, dude.
Pay per view, dude.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? Really?
Yeah, you can see her concert live, and then the VOD is saved for like a month. You could rewatch it.
That's cool. Worth.
Yeah.
Wait,
But
really?
I'm gonna agree with Riddle though. You gotta have stuff to look forward to.
That's
Yeah,
dedication, dude.
Dude,
Mad props.
yeah, I love Suisei, guys. Watch Suisei's concert. I think the first 30 minutes are gonna be free on YouTube.
Nice.
Good to know. Any other shout outs?
Yeah.
Shout outs to people who watch the Neon podcast regularly, if not regularly, to people who stop by, and Kemp You know, obviously since it wasn't my podcast today, you know, I gotta make sure he knows that he's my bro Sidon, my god of the broshin.
Whoa.
With the bromance. There you go. That's Kemp. There you go. That's it.
Thank you, Neron.
Thanks, Riddle and Rick-kun for having us on your podcast today, dude. Appreciate it.
Shout out to you guys. Yeah, you guys are great.
You guys are great hosts.
Thank you.
I can't do it without my bro Sidon, Rick.
Can't do it without my broger.
What?
You know, interesting, and I guess we can elaborate on this after the episode or whatever. But I want to say, like, me and Rick, we do have a good duo thing going on. Like, it's not as you know, wholesome as your guys' dynamic.
Yeah,
it's definitely a lot more like fucker. Like, I hate this fucker sometimes. I love this fucker sometimes. But like at the end of the day, it's like I would take a bullet for this guy for sure. But like it's funny. Like, you know, we have like a comedic dynamic.
I'd take a knife for this guy.
I would.
How many knives? Just a knife?
Probably like 10.
Oh, dude, that's impressive.
One bullet.
But
I would take one bullet, and if the guy shoots again, I'm like, come on, hold up.
but all the knives are rubber knives.
Oh shit! No, Rick. No, I think ever since me and Rick had our experience duoing with Rick.
Dude.
Nah, me too, man.
My ancestors took it for you.
No, like when I duoed with Rick in League like long ago and realized like we're very. I think what makes me and Rick's dynamic work is that we're very blunt with each other, and we don't take it personal, and I think that's a beautiful thing.
Like Emily Blunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, blunt like his rubber knife.
Yeah. Ooh. Ooh.
All right.
That was a good one.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks again for showing up to the podcast. I still don't know what our podcast name is, but we're going with it. It's been 700 episodes. We're hitting our 11th year anniversary. Thank you, everybody. Shout out to Fox. Shout out to ABC. Shout out to fucking CBN. Fuck yeah. Up next, we got Dancing with the Stars. Stay tuned. Woo! I need play me out, Rick, play me out.
Fade out.
What's that song called? Was it
we need a credit song.
The Price is Right.
Price is Right. There you go. Price is Right theme.
Yeah.
There you go.
See you later.
Yeah, there you go. We did it.
Later, guys. Woo! Wow.